coach side. Paula? Change your... My eyes on you.
여러분, 안녕하세요. Hello everyone. So for today's episode, I'm going to talk about COVID-19. And for today, we have a special guest. I would like you all to welcome my very handsome husband. Okay, husband, would you like to introduce yourself to our viewers?
So my name is Joris, I'm 29 and I work in Korea for 3 years now, and I arrived in Korea 3 years ago as well. So yeah.
Okay, so I have here with me the questions from our families and friends about COVID-19, and our first question is from Hans Kevin.
I think maybe the application you're talking about is only when you're in quarantine. So there is this app which simply works using your GPS. So they ask you to turn on your GPS all the time. If you turn it off, they will probably come to you and check where you are. And the other thing is the national alert message system, which basically just approximate where you are based on which phone antenna you're currently connected. If you're moving around the city, then you will receive message about the area you're currently in.
Every day we receive this emergency alert. It's in Korean, 3 to 5 times a day to, remind people about the current situation of the COVID-19 and which places to avoid. So next question is from Harry Domins.
Basically, our life here didn't change much because the government handled it pretty well. Only at the beginning, when the outbreak started, people were a bit in kind of panic and this kind of stuff, but people keep going to work and doing activities, maybe less group activities, but they still do the same thing as before. So in Korea there is not such a big impact, I say.
Well, for me, it didn't really change because I'm unemployed, so most of the time I stay at home. But then I'm also an honorary reporter for Korea.net, where I write articles about Korea in general, so it was difficult for me to go out and take pictures and to travel around Korea because of the virus. So basically, even if we don't have a lockdown, we still need to stay at home for the safety of ourselves and for the other people. So we have another question from Angel.
Not all the places actually closed. Mostly the schools and government control things, I think, were closed. Some entertainment places, they were not obligated to close, I think. A lot of them closed, but they opened maybe after 1 or 2 months. There are some places where you cannot go, even though they are open wide outside, but you can go to the swimming pool or you can go to nightclub. So it's a bit difficult to know which place are open or not.
Yes, it's very confusing actually. For example, the nightclubs and the bars, before it was open, but then after the case in Itaewon, the government shut down all the bars, so it's a bit difficult to say. And with regards to the public events, everything is just cancelled.
All the major events are cancelled, but even the small ones actually, so they try to limit the public gathering as much as possible. Culturally speaking, right now it's not great to come in Korea.
And okay, so our next question is from Jenny Kim. Well, first is I have to wear a mask everywhere I go. Every time I go out, I cannot usually go to the small markets here, so I just order online and they just deliver it in our house. Nothing pretty much. I think that's it. Our lives here are still the same after or before the COVID-19?
I mean, there's a lot of countries who implemented remote working and this kind of thing. In Korea, that's not something that really happened. Well, at least not in my company, but only like really big companies like Samsung, LG, and this kind of really big corporation. Otherwise, only if your building has some confirmed case or your company has some confirmed case, people just go to work anyway. So at the beginning, the transportation was pretty empty. Now it's just crowded again as before, and not a big impact on our life, I would say.
And next question is from Bea Honrado Rosal. Mandatory to wear masks in public places like in subway, in restaurants, and also there's actually a shortage of masks for some time. We can only purchase 2 masks once a week. It also depends on the end of your birth year. So for example, like I'm born in 1989, so there's only a specific day that I am allowed to buy, and as foreigners we need to show our ID. But now the government changed it. They allowed us to buy 10 pieces of masks once a week.
There are some people who actually bought a lot of masks before the pandemic and they were actually reselling it. I'm not sure if it was even legal, but anyway, technically it was possible to buy some good mask in the subway, but it was very expensive. It was almost like $4 or $5 a piece.
Per piece.
And also in the Lotte Mart near to our home, they also sell masks. Actually, we just bought like 10 by 10 every time, and there was no problem. So it's a bit weird.
She asked this because she's actually curious if Koreans are jogging, are they wearing masks? Of course, they're wearing masks when they're jogging because they go to the public places like the park or the gym, so it's really mandatory to wear them. Okay, so our next question is from my sister, Jam. Here in Korea, most of the people work physically. They go to the office, they don't work remotely. So some companies, they have a rotation, so not everyone is allowed to go to work, but only some companies do this, not all companies here in Korea.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much the same thing everywhere in the world. The companies who actually require customer contact to make business, like restaurants, bars, gym, I think they suffered a lot. People were just not going there anymore. On the other side, the companies who don't require this kind of direct contact actually increased a lot of their sales. Companies, I guess, like Coupang, the food delivery application, and even internationally it's the same thing for Amazon and all these kind of digital companies. They really got kind of boost from this pandemic. So here in Korea, it's the same thing.
Another question from my sister Jessie.
Nope.
Nope. But for those who are positive and for those who are in quarantine, they do give these kinds of support.
There was no city lockdown
In
in
Seoul.
Seoul.
Yeah.
There was in Daegu, but I think people were not even allowed to go out at all actually, right?
Yeah.
If we talk about, like for example, a tourist who come in Korea and therefore has to do his quarantine, it's the same rules that apply. You just stay home, you don't do anything. Your GPS need to be on always, at all time, and if they lose your position for like a couple of minutes or hours, they will send someone and they will just do whatever they can to find you, and they will just bring you back to your home. They will come with all the scary medical stuff, you know, like nuclear catastrophe or this kind of thing. Actually, that's very important to respect this because some foreigners already got kicked out the country because they were just not following the quarantine. So.
Yes, and someone also got imprisoned for
Yeah.
not following the safety measures to quarantine.
Yeah.
She asked this question because in the Philippines, restaurants, they don't allow people to dine in. You take it out or you deliver. Here in Korea, during the first wave of the virus, I'm pretty much sure that everything was still open. At that time, people were not going out because they're panicking and all this stuff, but all the establishments were still open during the first wave of the virus here in Korea.
Pretty much all the places now they have the sanitizer. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's nothing special in the establishments, except like if you go to shopping malls and all this kind of luxury places, there will be someone at the entrance like taking your temperature. Nothing drastic actually. So
I also saw some small restaurants, especially around our area. They're disinfecting their restaurants. They're cleaning everything, the floors, the chairs, even the spoon and fork and the chopsticks, everything inside the restaurant. Our next question is from my co-honorary reporter, Ate Lalien Gillian Park. I think it hit me when it was spreading in Daegu, because that was my second home. I used to live there for 4 years. At that time, I was scared. I was a little bit scared, panicking. Like I didn't hoard masks. I tried to buy them wherever it's available. That was it. What about you? Not really, I would answer.
we started hearing about this virus thing from December, I think, maybe January. So obviously it would be coming here. Since we hear about this every day, well, personally there is no such thing as realizing it's happening. It's just always here, and yeah.
So like I've mentioned, during the first week I was a bit scared and I was panicking because I am here in Korea and the virus is here in Korea. So I think it's normal to be scared. Yeah, that was my reaction.
The thing is, if you spend a lot of time online, all you will see is probably bad news anyway about the COVID. So at that time when people didn't really know what it was, and each government in different countries, they were all saying different stuff about it. It's really seemed chaotic at the beginning. Yeah, you could see like some crazy video online about people fighting for toilet paper or this kind of thing. It's a bit weird. You're like, okay, what's going on? Why is everyone getting crazy? So yeah, it's a bit disturbing, but after a while the government really took care well of this, so it was just like a disease that was just like constantly present, but not like a huge event at the end.
So how did we cope with it? Our lives were normal, so we just have to accept it and take the safety precautions, listen to the government, always wash our hands, wear masks. It was easy to cope with it because we already know that Korea has high technology and advanced, improved technologies. So it was comforting to know this, and we were not really worried about Korea will not do well about handling this virus or contain this virus.
We didn't get sick. So that's the good thing. It reminds us that we are starting to live in a very fast changing world, I would say. So it's a good reminder that we have a lot really big challenges to think about in the coming years.
I am very thankful for the time, because there are some times where my husband needs to stay at home. So I'm grateful that we have more time together, and also my family is safe, because here in Korea, you know, the pali-pali system, so everything is fast here. And during the pandemic, you can see all the crowded places were actually empty, and you can see more of nature, more of the places, and it's really nice that people have the time to really take good care of themselves as well, and to not take advantage of our health, spending time with your family during these days, and for the life that God has given us. Yeah. now everything is normal, like people are going out and socializing, but I would say they're still practicing social distancing. But because these days, like, people are going out, it's hard to practice social distancing in public transportation.
Especially the subway. The beginning was very empty, so people were just driving their car. After a couple of weeks, it was just really crowded again, maybe even more crowded than before. Pretty much normal every day. Like Paula said, at the beginning, people were trying to avoid each other, staying home as much as possible. Now they are still trying to pay attention to this, but like if they gather, they will probably just meet 1 or 2 friends. Like they won't do like a group of 10 people meeting. And the problem is that it's summer here now, so I think people want to go out and enjoy the sun. Like you said before, it's slow, but it's still happening. So I mean, life continues. Right?
Yeah. These are all the questions from our families and friends. And also, we would like to say that wherever you are, please stay safe and healthy. We will have better days ahead and we will overcome this together. 함께 cookbook together. Thanks for watching. Bye! I have to stay 2 meters. Social distancing.
Jong Kyung, the director for Korea Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, said that the first wave was from February to March and March to April, and it had a sharp decline for a while. Then they also saw an ongoing second wave, which was triggered by the long holiday in May. Most of the small businesses in Korea were struggling and was affected by this pandemic. So the South Korean government decided to expand its emergency fund for small businesses to almost 5 times to what was previously allocated.
I'm in the flower shop of my friend Eric. I'm buying some flowers for my home. So this is Eric's space. That's where he do his flower arrangement, and he's making this one for me.
Before the pandemic, usually I visit Eric in his flower shop to drink coffee together and just talk about our daily life or life in general. He thinks I'm just going to buy a flower today, but he has no idea that I'm actually going to ambush him for an interview.
Hi Eric.
Hello.
Can you please introduce yourself?
I'm from Seoul and my name is Eric. Glad to see you. I think around 8 or 9 years ago, after retirement on my work career. I had a sense of flower decorations, and I bought lots of flower decorations book, and I went to Deutschland to study, Germany, to study flower decoration. Germany has lots of floral institutions. I learned the European flower decorations there, and after coming back to Korea, since I have lots of interest in the Oriental decorations of flowers, so I mixed the Western style together with the Western style, and that's what my flower shop is now. I don't think so. I feel it was kind of water flow. It was a very natural at the time. So there was no barriers or there was no hardships to my thinking.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah. decoration was one of my hobbies. And I learned that some people's case they'd like to buy my stance of decorations. So I opened my flower shop and I saw my stance and my ability to my customers. I'd like to mix here something Korean to the flower decorations. I mean, you can find a lot of Korean traditional paintings, Korean traditional sculptures. I'd like to revitalize the paintings and the sculptures. So that is one of the reasons why I started a flower shop.
Wow, that's really
Yeah,
inspiring.
it is very difficult to find a Korean something. Actually, you understand there are the trend of European flower decorations, Japanese flower decorations, but even though there has been a big wave of Korea, I mean the Hallyu, I feel there was no the wave of flower decorations, Korean tradition style. So I'd like to introduce this style to the overseas, the French and my customers. As I spoke, one of the reasons, so I opened the flower shop in downtown Seoul.
Wow, that's a really good dream and
Yeah,
inspiration.
I think so.
Now let's talk about COVID-19.
Less customers. But you understand Korea is one of the luckiest country. Even though we have patient of coronavirus, but the government and the citizen of in Korea as well, they have they don't want to spread this pandemic anymore. So there has been a lot of campaigns to protect the virus. Even though this is one of the hard times, people who wanted to enjoy their daily life as usual. So even though I have less customers, I think it is my duty to open the flower shop every day regularly, because even though I have fewer customers, there is one or two. Even though if there is one or two, just one or two customers, if they need my flowers, then I need to open the flower shop, and I think that is one of the duty to act against the coronavirus. I don't want to be a weak person. I want to be strong against the virus, and I'd like to revitalize everyone's daily life. The people of the coronavirus. Yeah.
Yeah, to spread positivity.
Yeah. Wash my hands clearly and wear the facial mask, followed by a government guideline, and social distance of 2 meters from my customers.
Like us.
Yeah. I remember there was no regulations about the coronavirus situations. So lots of the sellers, stores open as usual. Absolutely. The coronavirus is a myth, but I think that Korean believe we can overcome the coronavirus situations, and one of the quickest way to overcome the coronavirus is to act as usual. So we just enjoy one's daily life. We eat outside. We eat, open the office. We open stores. We enjoy shopping. Yeah. But people remember people bear in mind that we need to keep the social distance. Then it will be okay. And to wear a facial mask is the hospitality. Yeah. to other people.
Yeah, that's good. And the Koreans continue to live their normal lives during this pandemic.
I'm not sure because of the we are entered the new year, but
It's difficult to say.
yeah, I cannot predict the future because they are. Be strong, then we can overcome the coronavirus. We remember we always had hardships, hard times. So coronavirus is new to us. So even though we think this is one of the hardest ones, but I think we have a lot of experience from the past. So I believe we can overcome the situation and we can get back to the normal very soon. 네, 함께 극복 together.
As of June 26, 2020, the total number of confirmed cases is 12,602, of which 11,172 cases have been recovered and 282 related deaths.
안녕하세요, 올블랑 TV입니다. 요즘 많은 분들이 바이러스로 인해 집에서 홈트레이닝을 하시는데요. 저희도 여러분들과 함께 어려운 시국을 이겨내기 위해 온라인으로 1대1 코칭 챌린지를 진행하기로 했습니다. 앞으로 많은 관심 부탁드려요.
Hi, Paula.
Hi.
Yeah, we are Allblanc team. So it's great to have you today.
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Paula and I'm from the Philippines. I've been living here in Korea for 5 years now.
5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 years. But my Korean is still chokum.
Joking.
Korean language is still chokum.
Okay.
So now I'm housewife. I'm a blogger as well. I just started my YouTube channel and I'm also an honorary reporter for Korea.net and a K-influencer.
It's been 5 years, so you can speak Korean better than me. Let's start our workout.
Okay.
Just follow us.
Just follow us. Yeah, so we're gonna do some warm up. First one is neck stretch. Hold your head and stretch your neck to your right side. Yes, great. Gently.
시원해. 오.
You can push more if it is possible. Okay. The other side. Do you stretch usually?
Yes, I do.
Right?
I used to play soccer before.
Soccer.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was a part of the varsity team
Okay.
in my college.
Okay.
And then I went here to play with
Okay.
some Koreans.
Okay, keep talking and we are moving to the next next one. Okay.
Next stretching is
Shoulder.
for shoulder. So yeah, hold your left shoulder with your right arm. Just stretch it. Yeah. You better
Yeah.
watching the other side. Okay. So which first team are you in right now?
No, not here. In the
Not here. Okay. Wow. So you're professional.
The other side.
The other side. Okay.
And which city are you living right now?
Seoul.
Seoul.
I lived in Daegu for 4 years, and it's my first year here in Seoul.
Oh, okay. We're from
2,
Seoul.
1. Next.
Okay, next. Next one is waist stretch.
웨이스트. 네, 허리
허리
스트레칭.
허리 스트레칭.
여기
3, 2, 1, go. Rolling.
시원하다. 지금 파울러 말고 같이 하고 계신 분들 한 10만 명 정도 되시잖아요? 다들
반대로 the other.
다들 열심히 하고 계시죠?
자, 여러분들 이렇게 따라해 주시면 됩니다.
지금 파울라도 함께 하고 있어요.
아마 파울라의 모습이 여러분의 모습이지 않을까. 저희 영상을 따라하는.
여기가 잘하신 것 같아요.
반대로.
우와!
오케이.
넥스트 원.
하이 파울라.
Hi.
하이 마.
다음은
골반 스트레칭. 골반.
we will stretch our pelvic.
Yes. Oh, spread your legs. Spread your legs. Yeah, push your knees to the outward. Okay.
Paula? My eyes on you.
다들 저희가 보고 있는 것처럼
오케이.
집중하세요.
파울라 시원해요? Do you know 윈 시원해요?
괜찮아요.
아, 네.
굿.
네. Thigh stretching. Thigh. 여기 발목 잡으시고 hold your ankle and flip over. 이게 허벅지가 여기가 당기도록 그리고 이 상태에서 약간 숙여줘요. 중심을 잡아요.
다릅니다.
허벅지가 펴지는 잘하고 있죠? 컬러 잘하네요. 저희가 오늘도 잘하고 있죠? 오케이.
메인?
자, 메인 운동 시작할게요.
Let's walking.
자,
Let's
시작을
walking first.
버릴게요.
Okay?
Walk.
Now, first one is cross jack.
오케이.
Like this. Right side, left side.
자,
Okay?
시작.
Let's go. Right side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
이렇게 지금 저희가 게스트를 초대해가지고 운동하니까 저희도 보통 때보다 더 많이 긴장하게 되는 거예요. We are nervous, Paula. Yeah, we are nervous because we didn't have any experience like this is the first time you're having a guest.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're doing great.
We almost done. 3, 2, 1.
와.
Okay.
자,
Let's walking.
walk. Keep going.
Okay.
Next, step check. Step. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Good. Follow us.
네. 네.
Very good. Okay.
Good now.
Yeah. It doesn't make any noise.
둘,
소리가 나네. 박수 소리.
박수! 박수!
Good.
네.
Okay.
1. 오케이.
Keep walking. Keep walking. Cross pose. Okay, next workout. Cross pose. Cross lunge. Like it.
Go. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, really great. 7. Punch it. Punch it. If you hate somebody, just imagine. Imagine.
Dito. Bilang na. Kaya.
Punch. Imagine someone who you don't like, then hug him. Just for 7 seconds left. Good. Last one. Okay.
Work.
Okay.
Okay.
Next one is cross near pump side. 2. Okay. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 5, 6, 7. It's good for your stomach as well. You're doing amazing. Okay. Dude, Paula. We'll keep watching at you, and I think you're good at balancing.
Thank you.
Really, really good. Yeah. This is sample feeling. 3, 2, 1.
Walking.
During the break, just keep walking. And next workout is drop squat.
If you touch the ground, use your hand.
Okay? Let's go with the right hand first. Let's go. 1, 2. Okay. When you do
Squat.
when you do squat, you should bend your
yes.
knee as well. Okay? Let's go.
Okay.
1, 2. Okay. 3. That's good. 4. Very good. 5.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, spider. Spider-Man when he want to go back side. Squat. Squat.
스파이더맨이 스쿼트하면 뒤로 간다고.
아니 뒤로 써야 되니까. 야, 앞으로 서는 게 아니라서. 스쿼트. 스쿼트. 오케이.
Running. Next. Side knee. 1, 2.
Let's go with the right leg first.
Go. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey, nice. Yes.
잘하고 있어요, 여러분.
덥다.
I'm sweating.
Are you okay?
But why you? You should keep your tension high.
맞춰요. 우리끼리 맞춰요. 안 맞춰요, 이렇게 우리끼리.
맞춰요. 2, 라스트. 오케이.
서로를 막 보다 보니까 재미가 있어가지고 헷갈려요. 자, 다음. Do you learn? Don't do lunge. Back lunge.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Let's go.
Back lunge. Paula, is it okay?
Yeah.
네. 그래서 응용 동작에 들어갈 수 있어요. It's not hard. It's not that hard work. Oh.
It's perfect.
Perfect. So can you do it for an hour?
Yeah.
Oh really? How about 2 hours? Okay, 5 seconds left. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay. Okay. What's next? Side lunge. Side lunge. Okay, it's basically it's lunge. It's side lunge and lunge variation.
Let's go.
Okay, right side and left side. Okay. Right side.
Differently. When you go left side,
Left side.
bend your left knee.
Right side. Bend your right knee
Okay.
and left
Left.
knee.
Left knee.
Okay. And right.
It's hard.
And left. Okay, fold your right waist. Okay. Left waist. Okay. Right. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Okay.
Okay.
Hold. Next one.
It's a knee up.
Walking.
Yeah, knee up, but you have to cross knee up. Okay. Let's go with the right knee first. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
You still there? we here for you.
We are rooting for you.
Do you work out at home
우리끼리 맞춰요.
normally?
맞춰요. 우리끼리 맞춰요. 여기
Exciting. I work out at home.
Oh, so
really?
you can use our routine as well.
2, 1. Okay, next.
Okay.
Keep walking, walking.
Walking.
Okay. Oh no. Good job. Next, toss.
Okay, we're gonna bounce it once and stand. Okay?
Follow me.
1, 2, stand up.
1, 2, stand up. 1, 2, stand up. 1, 2, stand up.
여러분들 다 잘하고 계시죠?
네, 제가 중간에 쉴 때 안 걸으니까 걸으라고 지적을 했어요. 나무 안 걸으면 안 돼요. 계속 걸어줘야 돼.
끝까지 잡아줍시다. 1, 2, 걸어주세요.
going. 그리고
Paula! Let's go! Okay. Let's go! Let's go!
last one.
Last one! Okay.
오케이.
Moving on to next workout.
Second round.
Okay, second round. Okay, we're gonna do the same exercise as we did. One more. Okay. Cross leg. 2, 3, 4. That's great. Spread your chest. Open your chest. Chest. Okay.
Okay, 맞춰주세요. 저희끼리.
1, 2, 1, 2. Great.
Paula, you are really doing great.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
On the next exercise.
Because we left 25 seconds. Be ready. Yeah, he will come the middle side here.
Okay, ready to answer it. Okay.
Okay.
Working. Okay. Next one is step check. Okay. Yeah. Okay. In
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Okay, go. Okay. So you've been to Daejeon first, and isn't your first time to come to Seoul?
No, it's not my first time.
This Really? So how was your impression about Korea and Seoul?
Sorry?
How was your impression?
Passion?
Impression. Yeah. How did you feel about Seoul or Korea? And you,
I think the Korean people are kind.
oh really?
They're very kind. Because here it's easy to get lost. In Seoul. There's either like a lot of subway lines.
Oh okay. Just keep talking. We're hearing you. Okay.
There are a lot of subway lines and I'm bad with directions.
Okay.
So I asked them where should I go. Even if they cannot speak English,
Yeah.
they will come with me and direct me to the place where I need to go.
Oh no. So you mean
Also, it's very cold.
so? What's up?
Cold.
Cold. Yeah. It's true. It's true. The winter is horrible in Korea. Yeah. 20 seconds more.
I want to go Boracay.
Boracay?
We
Yeah.
didn't ask you.
Go. 같이 가요.
Oh, let's go. 같이 가요.
필리핀 좋아요.
3,
2,
1.
okay.
모홀? 안 가봤어요. 모홀.
Next one.
크로스. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
땀 나요?
Are you sweating?
Okay.
A little bit?
Yeah, I'm starting to sweat. It's good.
Yeah. It's burning your fat.
Burning my fat.
Yeah. That's great. In 5, 4, 2,
1. 오케이.
Let's get walk, please. Drop squat.
스파이더맨.
Remember? We did Spider-Man, right?
I don't know why.
Right here.
Okay.
Actually, we made this for like our tighten our leg for, and the name is drop squat. And I don't know why now we call it like quite like landing pose.
Why are you so fast?
I don't know. I don't know. If I start to speak to someone, I don't know why.
You lose your control.
Yeah, I use like this. And Spider-Man should not do that.
어떻게로
So
조금만 것
this
같아요.
exercise will remember me.
3. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye. What's the next one? Side knee up. Okay, side knee up. Okay. Yes. Okay. You're right. 2, 1, go.
Let's go.
1, 2. Squeeze your next side of your core.
Okay.
Squeeze it. Squeeze it. And eliminate your yeah. You're gonna delete your love. Okay. It's very good for your tongue body. Yes. Great.
파울라?
Are you there? In 3, 2, 1. Okay.
오케이.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Next one is lunge, back lunge.
Cross, bang lunge.
Cross back lunge.
손 모으고.
2,
Walking.
1, go. Lunge. Lunge.
이 자리가 되게 운동하기 불편한 자리였네.
Lunge.
몰랐네.
You can do it.
Lunge. Run.
화이팅! 화이팅! 하울라 화이팅! Are you okay? Don't lose your control.
Here we are saying, challenge you, change you. Let's go.
Okay.
Keep going.
거의 다 왔어요.
3 more seconds.
One.
Last one.
나이스, 그리.
시원해요, 시원해요.
사이드 런, follow me. 1, 2,
Okay, on your right.
right. 1,
Great. Left.
오케이. turn, 하고. 1, 2, follow me. Yes, yes,
I'm following.
yes. Good job. Yeah. Keep going. Yeah.
Thousands of people are watching you.
Last one, last one.
Last one.
Okay.
Keep walking. We only left 2 more exercises. Next one is for me out. Remember this? Set your position. 1 and 2.
Cross. Like cross. Cross. Like cross. 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 Okay. Cross.
I'm really happy that you are doing great. And this is my first time we're met in like online. And then,
No, this is second. You are first time.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then it's actually a bit weird, but it's really good.
지금 파울 안
Yeah.
듣고
Yes, Paula. Yes.
와우, final run. 파울.
What's your blocking her ears? You didn't block her ears, right? You listened to us, right?
Working. Final round.
Final round. The first squat. Okay, go.
Let's go. 1, 2,
Stand up.
then
1, 2, gently stand up. 1, 2.
Paula, this is last one.
Yeah,
My eyes on you.
yeah.
You can do it.
You're doing great. This is the last 20 seconds. Wow. You guys are amazing.
I think this exercise is amazing. We are looking at each other and then we're talking together and then we like sweat together.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
it's really great.
Yes. Especially like this time. You're having difficult time these days. Yay!
finish.
You're doing really great, Paula.
Workout complete.
How can I say thank you in Philippine?
Salamat.
Salamat. Okay, salamat.
Kamsahamnida.
감사합니다. Thank you for having us today. And
No, thank you for letting me be part of your. I enjoyed it a lot.
You enjoyed a lot?
yeah, we either
너무 재밌어요.
Me too.
다음번에 또 같이 해요.
Paula,
Thank you, guys.
many people watching this video right now. So can you introduce your channel again?
Hello, everyone. Kunyang Paula. It's just Paula. That's my YouTube channel.
Oh, YouTube channel.
And thank you for having me here in Allblanc TV. I really recommend for you guys to try their workouts. And it's really a lot of fun, energetic, and the best workout that you can get. So please support them. And thank you very much, guys, for watching.
Thank you. We will support you too.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's do that.
Guys.
See you next.
See you.
See you.
See you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.